when I was 21.
What's going on, guys? Koogs46 here, bringing you another MLB The Show 17 video. This isn't going to be like a news update or anything. There's no new news today. We should have a GameStop Monday video coming out tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be able to get that up for you guys and do a little breakdown of what they tell you so you guys don't miss anything. But this is more of an opinionated video. This is a video of talking about stuff that I actually don't want to see in the game. I think MLB The Show 16 is great. I think it did a lot of things right, but there's a couple things in the game that I just, they just irk me, and I really don't want them to come back into MLB The Show 17. So guys, here are 5 things I don't want to see in MLB 17. These are not in any particular order, so it's not like ascending to descending or anything like that. These are just 5 things straight up that I don't want to see in the game next year, so let's get right into it. We're going to start with actually an honorable mention because this has already been confirmed to be in the game this year. I just really wish it wasn't. I really did not want Creative Player to come back in Diamond Dynasty this year, but it has been confirmed that it has, so not much we can really do. I'm not like the biggest hater of Creative Player. I totally understand why it's there. I totally understand why they want to keep it in. It is just a little annoying having to play with all of these legends, all of these flashbacks, and then everybody has this one little wild card who's just like a 99 overall everything. They could, hit from both sides of the plate, same amount of power. It is kind of annoying, and it does kind of take you out of the game for a second, and it's just not really my thing. I wish it wouldn't be there, but like I said, I totally understand why it's there. Okay, so the first thing that I do not want to see in the game next year is probably the biggest thing, the thing that the entire community does not like, and that is bunt cheese. Now, I know this is not a quick fix, but it's not like you can just press a button and bunt cheese is gone. There's something in the coding of the game. It's something with the way the fielders work, with the way the ball comes off the bat, with the way the batting IQ works. There is something off in the code, and it doesn't make sense. But guys, I cannot tell you how many times bunt cheesing has screwed me out of a win no matter what I do on defense. If I try to play bunt defense, if I bring the corners in, if I bring the entire infield in, bunt cheesing is just absolutely bad. Now, they have said that they have changed bunting around to make it a lot harder. They have said that bunting has been fixed, but we still haven't seen any evidence of that. The first gameplay live stream, the bunting was not looking good, even though they were just throwing pitches down the middle and stuff like that. But Ramon confirmed that both of the builds that we have seen are older builds, and none of them have the new bunting changes reflected in it, so hopefully that's a good sign. And bunt cheesing, if it's not going to be completely gone, at least hopefully it'll be very, very toned down in next year's game. Alright, moving on to the next one, guys. I do not want to see universal records come back for MLB The Show 17. I'm talking about when you enter a game online against an opponent and you see their record is like 1,500 or something like that. You have no clue how many of those games have been won against the computer, how many have been won in Battle Royale, how many have been won in head-to-head. It's totally off. Like, I played a guy yesterday who was 700 and 200. That's a pretty solid record. Like, that's pretty good. And then the game started, and I beat up on him, dude. I was able to just win with no problem, and I'm like, this guy had a really good record. Let me go look up his rating on the Show Nation, and he had like a 1,300 rating. It was not even a good player, but his record looks really good, and to me, that's just gotta go, man. If a player is a good player, it should be represented accurately. Just show us the rating. I know that we have the new Seasons mode coming this year, and we're gonna be, separating ratings in that sort of way, but even if we're just playing an unranked head-to-head game just to practice a little bit, we should still see the caliber of opponent that we're playing, not based on how many games they played against computer, but how many games they've played against an actual opponent. Alright guys, number 3 on this list, I do not want to see injuries in online mode return. Tell me how this makes sense. Tell me how you can be playing Road to the Show, hit a line drive up the middle, round first base, the guy throws the ball to second base as you're trying to stretch a single into a double. You slide in there, you're out, and you break your wrist, and you're on the 60-day disabled list. And then, in a Diamond Dynasty game, your pitcher is up on the mound, throws a pitch, gets a comebacker, hits him in the head, has to leave the game, but then your pitcher's good to go the very next game, and it's like nothing. It's just stupid to me. It doesn't make sense. Why should we have injuries in online mode? It's just a total fluke of a thing. It's totally random. It doesn't make any sense. Just get injuries out of there. Let us play with our players. It doesn't need to be in online mode. Maybe in like an online franchise, I could see that because you have multiple games to play. But in something like Diamond Dynasty where you're just playing one game at a time, get injuries out of there, man. Number 4 on this list, guys, I do not want to see the server issues that we encountered in the first month of MLB 16 happen this year. I don't know how many of you guys actually played the game on like day 1 and like during the first month of the season, but the server issues were atrocious. 90% of the time, every time you searched for a match, you would search, it would stay there, and then it would give you a challenge failed thing. I remember searching for matches, I honestly had to search probably 15 times before I even found a match. So instead of me being able to knock out 2 or 3 games in one session, I'd get maybe 1 game in just because of how long it took to search for matches. It was awful. Then they had the issue of like us who pre-ordered the game not being able to get our pre-order standard pack bundle right at launch. There was like some sort of like mess up there. It was just a total mess. Basically what I'm saying is I just want a clean launch. I want it to go smoothly. I don't want any of the bad things that happened in the first month of last year to translate to this year. I just hope we can have a clean, fresh, smooth, easy launch for MLB The Show 17. Last but not least, guys, this one probably, maybe besides bunt cheese, is the one that I really don't want to see return more than anything, and that is BR rewards that are worse than your previous one. You guys know what I'm talking about. You're 6-0, your 6-game reward was 83 overall Cole Calhoun, and then you get to the 9-game reward all hyped up. Ooh, what gold is gonna be? Maybe I'll even stretch it to a diamond, and it's 78 flashback Gordon Beckham. It's 80 flashback Edwin Encarnacion, and don't even get me started about friggin' 78 Cliff Floyd. That takes away all motivation to keep going on the battle royale run you're on. 6 wins in a row, no matter how good you are or how bad the competition is, isn't really that easy to do. Like, it's definitely doable. Many people do it all the time. I'm just saying it's not like the easiest thing to do in the world. You gotta win 6 games in a row. Sometimes you can get a good player in there, sometimes you get a fluke, sometimes you get bunt cheese, you know, stuff like that. When you go 6-0, you should feel rewarded. You should not be rewarded with a card that is worse than the one you already got. It takes away all motivation to go for the 12-game reward. Even if the 12-game reward is godly, it's like, damn, I have to win another 6 games to get to the 12. It's not worth it. Please just make sure the tiers of the rewards in Battle Royale are escalating on each other. It just makes sense that way. It doesn't cause people to quit in the middle of a BR run and redraft. But those are the 5 things that I really don't want to see return in MLB The Show 17, guys. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with some of the stuff I said. Let me know if I didn't say anything that you don't want to see return. I want to see what everybody has to say about this. And guys, I just hope MLB 17 is a great game at launch and we can just have a great year. Really looking forward to a good baseball game this year. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button down underneath this video. Make sure you guys subscribe so you never miss any more episodes of MLB The Show 17 content. And guys, that's all I have for you today, so I hope you enjoyed, and until the next video, I will see you later.